Hello everybody and welcome back to Murder on the Orient Express. You'll notice we're not currently on the Orient Express. We're not even playing as Poirot currently. We're playing as Joanne Locke. She is a detective who actually is on the Orient Express, but we don't know why she's there yet, and it sent us back to this flashback chapter. And we're investigating the disappearance of Daisy Armstrong. So she's been kidnapped and we're trying to find out what's going on. And all of that somehow leads to where Poirot is on the Orient Express. So we're investigating this cabin in the woods currently. Let's see what we find.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Nobody. I can't just waltz in without a warrant.
But if the door just happened to be open, I wonder if we can find like a key or something.
If only I could see what's inside.
Well, I can alter the camera for you. I can just about see. Not a lot though. You'd think there'd be something to that. Another mustache.
Shiny facial hair. The good news is that it's gold.
Alright, so that's as far as we can go.
I need to see what's inside.
Let's drag this barrel.
That barrel is sturdy enough. I could climb on it.
It must be. Why won't it let me place it? Oh, there we go. Had to be the right pixel. Look on there. That's the cat from the picture. No way. So Daisy was here.
It's Daisy's plush toy. If Fluffy is here, the kidnapper has been here. I have to get inside this cabin. Ugh, an old hunting trophy starting to molt. Empty wine bottles. Somebody has been here lately.
Yeah, I think we just need to break in now. Is that what it wants us to do? Or does it want us to find a way in creatively? I have to get inside this cabin. I need to break in, yeah. Let's break in. Maybe that's what the axe is for.
A maul for splitting wood. Perfect for attacking doors. Look at that. A broken door to investigate. No need for a warrant. Some people seem to have played here before. Some boxes. I wonder what they were used for. A lot of tools. I guess somebody noticed the cabin was about to fall down.
The music is very, very dramatic.
The stove is cold. Nobody's been here recently. That's a woman's hairbrush. Did Suzanne actually come in here after all?
Maybe.
It's fluffy, no doubt about it. This bottle comes from the Blue Lagoon. The floor is scratched and worn in this area. The sofa must have been moved a lot.
But why? Let's move it back.
Damn, it's booby-trapped. If I move, it could go off, and that countdown tells me it wants to go off anyway.
What are we supposed to be doing here? I'm not a bomb disposal expert. I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. What are we supposed to do here? I don't... She just says it's booby-trapped. I've got absolutely no idea what the... There was... I think it was 3892 on the... on that picture. We can do 3, but we can't do anything else. Okay, somehow we're in. I have absolutely no idea how. Are we supposed to be cutting a wire here? This is a complete lottery. Oh god, we have got to cut a wire. Yeah. Think we just died.
Since I'm telling this story to you, Mr. Poirot, You should be able to deduce I didn't blow myself up. Let's see if I can remember how I defused the bomb.
Good idea. Good idea. Yeah. I am not a bomb disposal expert, as it turns out. Yeah.
Since I'm telling this story to you,
This
let's
is
see
not
if
going well. How are we supposed to know what we're doing here? I have no training in this. So that goes there. That one comes into this thing here. This makes no sense to me. I don't know which one I'm supposed to be cutting here. I mean, do we cut one that it's not attached to? Oh, I see. So I've just been pulling the right... Oh, I see. Yeah. So I was pulling completely the wrong wires, wasn't I? I was pulling the correct wire. What are we trying to work out here? Oh, I see. We've got to try and line them up. So that brings those three in. Reset. So that brings all three of those in. That pushes that one away. So that brings all three, but you can't have those two. If you do that one, you lose that one. Got
Okay.
it.
So far, so good.
Wow, I wonder if that's how close it was. This would have ended my investigation right here.
That was hard.
These rods are heading towards the canisters. It must be the trigger for the explosion. I smell a strong, sweet smell. Damn. I think these are filled to the brim with diethyl ether. Incredibly flammable. It looks like the kidnappers wanted to utterly destroy this place and whoever opened this hatch. A wooden crate? I have to open it. Oh no. Daisy.
Oh no.
No. I called in my discovery of the body. Then there was nothing I could do except protect the site for forensics. The forensics team arrived an hour later, cordoned off the cabin with crime scene tape, and went to work, looking for physical evidence, fingerprints, testing for fluids, DNA, any clues science can uncover.
They removed Daisy's body. The autopsy would take place in the morning. But I had one more stop to make.
Well, this isn't going to be a very nice conversation, is it?
Oh no!
That night, I swore to find the monster who killed that child.
Here we are then, back on the train.
Ratchet? On train? Saw me? How? Daisy.
She was awake?
Then she collapsed again.
I take the responsibility. She was weaker than I realized.
Oh.
Lie still while I examine you. Pupils dilated?
I'm all right.
You are far from all right. You have been heavily sedated. Your pulse is very weak.
I have to finish my story. Ratchet can't escape again. Can't escape.
Have no fear of that, mademoiselle. Ratchet will not escape.
We must hear her story.
This woman needs rest. I will let you know when she is recovered enough to continue. But I warn you, it will be some time.
I understand, Doctor. Thank you.
I have completed my preliminary examination of the deceased. I think that it will interest you.
Indeed it will. And I have other witnesses to interrogate. You are right. Let's not put this poor woman in danger. There will be plenty of time for her to finish her story when she has recovered. By all means, tell me the results of your examination.
Okay, well, first of all, you are American, you are a police detective, and you're 32.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Time of death.
Can you estimate the time of death?
Rigor mortis was advanced, but not complete. I estimate the death occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning.
That tallies with the witness statements I've collected so far. What is the cause of death?
Multiple stab wounds to the upper torso. It's odd there are no signs of a struggle. That might indicate one of the first wounds was enough to kill him.
It seems that Monsieur Ratchet had taken sleeping pills during the night.
Ah, that would explain the lack of defensive wounds.
Mr. McQueen and Mr. Masterman told me that Monsieur Ratchet didn't smoke. Can you confirm this?
I can't say without a more extensive post-mortem.
What can you tell me about the stab wounds?
I counted 12 in all. 1 or 2 are so slight as to be practically scratches. On the other hand, at least 3 would be capable of causing death. The angle of the wounds is instructive. Most appear to have been struck by a right-handed person. But you see this one, under the right armpit. It's not a deadly blow, given the depth, but a right-hander couldn't have done it. It was most certainly struck with the left hand.
So, our murderer is left-handed. No, it is more difficult than that, is it not?
As you say, Mr. Poirot, some of these other blows are just as obviously right-handed.
Do we have a first and second murderer, as the great Shakespeare would put it? The first murderer stabs his victim and exits left, turning off the light. Then a second murderer comes in the dark, does not see his or her work has been done, and stabs a dead body.
Magnificent.
You think so? I'm glad. It sounds to me a little like nonsense. Thank you, Doctor. Excellent work under difficult circumstances. Please let me know when I may speak again with Mademoiselle Locke.
Of course.
What is the best way to find out who is the vape smoker? Ask the passengers if they like the taste of bananas. Ask the passengers if they smoke. Offer passengers a cigarette. What is the best way? If we ask them if they like bananas, they might just... I mean, a lot of them could like bananas. They might not spontaneously say, I vape. Ask the passengers if they smoke. I mean, it's the most direct way. Offering them a cigarette, I guess... That doesn't mean, though, does it? Just because you vape doesn't mean you don't smoke cigarettes. So... let's ask them if they smoke.
Yes, that's certainly a good place to start.
What is the best way to find out who is the vape smoker? Recall a conversation about vapes or cigarettes. Ask Book to remember who smokes a vape. Remember people I have seen smoking. I mean, that I suppose, but we're not constantly looking for people smoking. Book seems a bit useless for this. I don't think he would be able to remember who smokes a vape. Let's recall.
I don't remember any. Book doesn't smoke.
Alright, we'll have to remember who we've seen smoking them.
Yes, I have personally seen some passengers smoking. I just have to remember who they were.
What is the best way to find out who's the vape smoker? Ask someone who smokes a lot if they know a vape smoker. Search the suitcases of all the passengers. Wait for the next... We can't do that. That's too long. Search the suitcases?
No, I have no...
I have to ask them.
Yes, I suppose it's likely they will give me the list of who smokes what. My little grey cells did not let me down.
New node. What are the links between Ms. Locke and Ratchet? A photo of Daisy's stuffed animal in Ratchet's trash.
That was easy.
Have we seen her smoke?
Good job.
I don't think we've seen her smoke. Yes, he does smoke, but he doesn't smoke.
Fantastic.
He smokes because he told us. Cigarettes only. Same with him.
Adequate. Et voilà.
Okay. So where are we heading now?
Captain Arbuthnot, I beg your pardon, but could you answer a few questions for me?
I'm grateful you found my ticket, Poirot, but now is not convenient.
I certainly didn't expect such a resistance. I need to be sure before accusing the captain.
At this point, though, we just want to talk to him. Right, so who are we talking to now? Continue interrogations. Alright, so I need to go and talk to some characters. Let's go and find some people. That's our room. That's the murder room. Already spoken to Mrs. Hubbard. Seem to be anybody in there.
Most of the passengers pass by the bar during the day. They eat, drink, write. Maybe I can use this information for my investigation.
The best way to know if someone is right-handed or left-handed. Ask Mr. Fouchier to observe the hands of the passengers. Ask passengers directly. Ask Book if this passenger information is stored somewhere. Where would that be? That would never be stored anywhere. That's most likely.
Yes, it could work. He appears to be an observant young man and serves the passengers regularly.
Ask everyone if someone holds someone in their hands. Could do. Ask everyone to write something.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Yes, if I ask them to write something trivial, they may do it instinctively with their dominant hand.
We've not tested anybody yet. How can we answer this?
Adequate. Yes, I will remember which people use their right or left hand. I'm right again. That happens to me a lot. Mademoiselle Debenham, I have a few questions for you.
Of course.
Let's start with your movements last night.
There's little to tell. I went to bed and slept.
Did you know the man who was killed?
I saw him for the first time during lunch yesterday.
Did you notice anything about him?
Well, if I believed in auras, I might say he seemed dark.
Would you mind writing your address on this paper for me?
Not at all.
Right-handed.
That's it. Mademoiselle Debenham is right-handed. Do you recall what time Mademoiselle Olsen went to get some aspirin from Madame Hubbard?
I remember glancing at the clock. She left our room just after 10:30 p.m.
Was she away for a long time?
About 5 minutes.
That confirms what Madame Hubbard told me. Do you smoke by any chance?
No, I never have.
Do you own a scarlet nightgown?
No, it isn't mine.
Whose then?
I don't know. What do you mean?
You do not say, I have
That was
no
weird.
such thing. You say, it isn't mine, meaning that you know who it belongs to, am I correct?
Oh, I see. No. I woke up this morning about 5 a.m. with the feeling that the train had been standing still for a long time. I opened the door, and I saw someone in a scarlet kimono some way down the corridor. Her back was turned. It was impossible to see who it was.
I understand.
That's what we saw as well.
Thank you for your assistance, mademoiselle. Mademoiselle, I am sorry to disturb you, but I need to ask you a few questions.
Are you the investigator?
I am.
We are lucky you are on the train. What do you want to know?
Let's start with the scarlet
Do
kimono.
you have a scarlet silk kimono, mademoiselle?
No, indeed. I have a good, comfortable dressing gown of Jaeger material.
Perhaps you will be so amiable as to write me down your address.
With pleasure.
Right-handed.
Mademoiselle Olsen is indeed right-handed. Do you smoke, mademoiselle?
No, I can't stand the smell of tobacco.
Is there anyone else in your compartment?
Yeah, a young English lady. Very nice, very amiable.
After the train left Vinkovsky, did she leave the compartment?
No, I am sure she did not.
Why are you so sure, if you were asleep?
I sleep very lightly. I am used to waking at a sound. I am sure that if she had come down from the berth above, I should have awakened.
Did you yourself leave the compartment after that?
Not until this morning.
I hear, mademoiselle, that you were the last person to see the murdered man alive.
I do not know. It may be so. I opened the door of his compartment by mistake. I was much ashamed. It was a most awkward mistake.
You actually saw him?
Yeah, he was reading a book.
And what did you do after that, mademoiselle?
I went in to the American lady, Mrs. Hubbard. I asked her for some aspirin, and she gave it to me. I usually carry extra aspirin for the refugees, but I gave mine to a camp in Turkey. They needed it more than me.
Well, she's Swedish, although she seems to have a bit of Welsh in her as well. Nurse? 46?
That was easy. Did Mrs. Hubbard ask you whether the communicating door between her compartment and that of Monsieur Ratchet was bolted?
Yes,
And was it?
yes.
And after that, what did you do?
After that, I went back to my compartment, took the aspirin, and lay down. That was around 10:50 p.m.
Okay.
This was a very interesting conversation, mademoiselle. I thank you.
If you have any other questions, I'll be in my compartment. Good luck, Mr. Poirot.
She was very shaky as she was talking to us there. Contradiction. Probably right-handed.
Right.
Right-handed.
Great. I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
So, select two elements that reveal the contradiction in the testimonies of Miss Debenham and Miss Olsen. Miss Olsen went to bed around 10:55. According to Miss Olsen, Miss Debenham slept through the night. Olsen got some aspirin at 10:30. Miss Debenham saw the woman in the red kimono corridor at 5 a.m. Miss Olsen didn't leave the compartment all night. So... how can you possibly see that if you are asleep?
Strange, this story. If Mademoiselle Olsen is such a light sleeper, why didn't she tell me about Mademoiselle Debenham getting out of bed? She even made a point to tell me the opposite. My little gray cells did not let me down.
Alright, is that all we have for now? I think it is. Let's go and talk to some other people before we confront her.
I'll observe her instead.
She's right-handed.
I'll observe her instead. I'll keep an eye on them instead.
Well, he's right-handed. He could be anything. Ambidextrous? He is holding the handle in his right hand, though, even though he's resting it in his left. So I'd say they're both right-handed.
Monsieur Fauché, may I disturb you for a moment?
Of course. How can I help?
It is, of course, about the murder of Monsieur Ratchet. Can you tell me your movements last night?
I understand. Yesterday evening, I took a break at Vinkovsky station with Hotaru. We then went to our quarters in the staff accommodations, a section of the luggage car. Freya was there, reading, and I went to bed right after. Freya is there now, I think, and Hotaru is in the kitchen. They can verify my story.
What time was this?
11:30 p.m. or a bit after. The snow is beginning to fall heavily.
I see. Thank you. Can you write your address on this paper, please?
You want to pay me a visit?
Who knows, Monsieur Fauché?
Right-handed?
He is right-handed, there can be no doubt. He is right-handed, there can be no doubt. Are you a smoker?
I'm trying to quit, but yes. I'm now down to just 1 pack of cigarettes a week. If you're looking for a heavy smoker, you should talk to Hotaru.
Interesting.
Thank you, Monsieur Fauché. I'll come back to you if I have more questions.
We go in there. Aha! I knew there'd be like a golden mustache in here.
Another golden mustache to treasure.
We might as well have a word with Book while we're here.
So, Poirot, I hope you are progressing in your investigation.
I have not finished yet, but it is progressing, yes. I still have many questions that must be answered. I will report to you as soon as I can.
Okay, so he's got nothing new to say. He looks unwell.
Ah, Monsieur Maury, would you have a few minutes to give me? I have some questions to ask you.
Do I look like I can answer questions? The room is spinning. My head is about to explode.
You were celebrating last night?
Celebrating? When Freya always wins? Ah, what am I saying? If you want my answers to your questions to make sense, help me recover. You see there, the magnet on the fridge. That is my special recipe. I call it my day after survival tonic. If you could make me my special tonic, I might survive long enough to answer your questions. Jean knows the recipe very well. He can help you with the preparation.
Very well, Monsieur Maury. If I must, I must. I will make you your day after survival tonic.
Japanese. 55, I guess. Yeah.
That was easy.
Alright. Let's make him his hangover cure. Day after survival tonic. Half lemon juice, 15 centiliters of fresh sparkling water, 6 mint leaves, 5 centiliters of ginger juice. Do we have to get the ingredients? Doesn't look like it.
I can use this lemon squeezer to get juice if I find fruit.
There's the mint. There's the fruit. There's the water.
I'm missing half of the tonic ingredients.
We're getting there, Pyro. We're getting there. Where's this juice going?
I have all the ingredients for Monsieur Maury's tonic. I have to go and see Monsieur Fauché so he can prepare it for me. Monsieur Fauché, may I disturb you for a moment?
Of course. How can I help?
Monsieur Fauché, I need your help to prepare a cocktail.
What is this phrase? This is music to my ears. What can I fix for you? A mojito? A gin and tonic? Or perhaps a martini? Shaken, not stirred?
It's not for me, but for Monsieur Maury.
Ah, his day after survival tonic. Unfortunately, I know it well.
Here is everything that was listed on the magnet.
Excellent! I can take it from here. Mr. Poirot, I'm uncertain about the lemon juice. Is it half a lemon or a full lemon for the recipe?
Was it half? I think it was half, wasn't it? Was it half? Oh no. Why can't we just get the sheet of paper out? Pretty sure it was
Half a
half.
lemon.
I can't remember if Hotaru prefers it with ginger or without. Do you remember?
Yeah, with ginger.
I can assure you that he will want the ginger.
There you are, sir. Hotaru will be himself again.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
I might try this myself. If it's as good as they say it is.
Here you go, Mr. Maury. I hope this will help you.
Thank you very much. Please give me a moment. While this takes effect, it will be a while, I'm afraid. But I will not move from the kitchen.
Since I have to wait, do you know where I can find Mademoiselle Nielsen?
She is in the staff quarters in the luggage car. If the door is locked, John will have the key.
Thank you. I will return. I hope you have a speedy recovery.
So almost certainly this is going to be locked. Oh, these are posh rooms, aren't they?
It's locked.
What a surprise. We should have just gone and seen Jean instead. Jean, do you have the key?
Monsieur Mori told me that you are the one who has the key to open the luggage car door. I will need it.
Yes, that's right. Here it is. Please don't forget to give it back to me.
I will not forget, Monsieur Fauché. I have a favor to ask. Could you visit the passengers who are in their rooms and explain there has been an error with their allergy and diet form?
But, Monsieur Poirot, I made no errors.
Of course not. Call it a computer error.
Yes, it is possible, but even if I can see this is part of your investigation, I do not understand it.
I would ask that you observe which hand each passenger uses.
Ah, you wish to know if they use the right or left hand when they write?
That is my intention.
I will take on this mission for you.
Excellent. That's it. It's open now.
She looks a bit worried or stressed.
A deck of cards. I suspect they were reading diamonds and spades instead of books.
Looks like it was a heavy night.
A deck of cards. I suspect they were reading diamonds and spades instead of books.
Put it down.
Empty rum bottles. Hello, Mademoiselle Nielsen. May I ask you a few questions?
I don't have a minute. My career is ruined, and it's not my fault.
But how did this terrible thing come to pass?
My supplies, passenger luggage, our living space. There is so little room. I gave the cargo handlers in Istanbul strict instructions how to stack my crates containing the ingredients I need for my desserts. So as one box is used up, it can be discarded.
And these fools of cargo handlers did not follow your instructions?
Ignored completely. I have 4 crates that must be moved from there to here to correct the order they are stacked. But placing the wrong crate on top of a smaller crate will crush it, its contents, and my career.
Calm yourself, mademoiselle. I understand. So, the problem is these 4 crates must be moved there, but carefully.
Yes. I have to move these 4 boxes from this location to here. But there is not much space to move the boxes, and I have to be careful never to put a bigger box on top of a smaller one, or the smaller crate will be destroyed.
The problem is clear. I shall assist you.
What a weird thing to have to do. Okay. So we can never put a smaller box on the bottom. It always has to be a big box. I do like these puzzles. They kind of break up the whole game. Even if they are a bit unusual. Done. We are a genius.
Et voilà.
You are a lifesaver.
Or at least a dessert saver.
Thank you, thank you. I will gladly answer your questions.
Can you tell me your movements of last night?
Last night after dinner, I stayed in the kitchen until 12:15 a.m. Then I joined Jean and Hotaru in our quarters. Then all of us read quietly in our beds until we fell asleep.
A very studious staff. However, Monsieur Mori doesn't seem to have followed the same literary pursuit as the others. And these rum bottles, do they have something to do with his hangover?
I would say so. Which of these sentences contains a lie? I stayed in the kitchen after dinner. Then I joined Jean and Hotaru in our quarters. I would say. We read quietly in our beds. Then we fell asleep. It's either that one or it's read quietly.
I know there is a clue somewhere to prove she's lying.
It's the next one.
I rather think that you didn't just read last night.
What makes you say that?
His headache, empty bottles, deck of cards. I mean, all of them.
The empty rum bottles. Were their labels part of your reading last night?
My fault. I must have left them there before I put them in the bin. And these are straight from the bar. Our passengers must have drunk them.
I have my doubts. But why would she feel the need to lie? I spoke to Monsieur Mori. He seemed to be quite hung over. He even asked me to make him his day after tonic. He blurted out, "Freya always wins." Wins what? Looking around, it is clear you were gambling and drinking most of the night.
You don't understand. It's late when we're off duty, but we need to unwind. And now there's been a murder? Yes, I admit it. We went overboard last night. But please don't tell Mr. Book. It's against regulations. We could all be fired.
Mademoiselle, I realize your difficult jobs have been made more difficult. But as you say, there has been a murder. I must have the truth.
Of course. I'm so sorry.
It's not such a crime. I'll leave it there and check in with Monsieur Fauché. Would you mind writing your address on this paper? I'm asking everyone on the train for addresses, in case I need to contact them once they leave the train in Paris.
I understand.
And another right-hander.
Yes, that's it. Mademoiselle Niersen is right-handed. Do you smoke?
No, I never have.
Thank you.
A non-smoker.
Thank you for your answers, Miss Nielsen.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think that's going to do today's video. We'll talk to Jean in the next one and see what he has to say. We'll find out the dominant hand of all of the passengers, and then we'll do the confrontation with Olsen as well, and see what she has to say, and Mr. Mori, see what he has to say as well. But that will come next time. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a like, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you for another video very soon.